I got an email this morning that really made me think about Heart at Peace, Heart at War. It was from somebody who told me that he'd been playing cricket and the ball came and broke his nose. And he had the bandages. And this happened 3 or 4 days ago. And I said, wow, what took you so long to say it? He said, oh, I thought everybody would think that I was really weak and, a sorry mess, that everybody would think badly of me. So I want to ask you, I think the answer will be different when I ask you what you would think if you were the person. But if a friend of yours had that happen and got his nose broken playing a game, it hurts. And, they had to do surgery to straighten the nose.
Ooh.
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
What are you thinking about that person? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Okay, Professor, can I say? Yeah, okay. I think that if it happens to one of my relatives or one of my friends, then obviously I will suggest him to take the first aid or to see the doctor.
You will. I didn't. Okay. I didn't understand that. You will what?
I will obviously suggest him or her to take the first aid or go to the doctor for the surgery or for the operation of his or her nose, so that he can progress well or he can do well.
And what are you going to say to him?
For a suggestion or as for other thing?
Just as a friend.
Just as friend, I would like to say that you obviously I will like to help him or her at his or her in danger position, but I think that I will like to say him or her what I say.
Well, it's an interesting question. Blanche, what do you think?
I wondered if they were angry, thinking like that person hit foul or wasn't playing fair or something and was angry.
That could be. But what would you say to the person when you see what happened to them?
Oh, when I see what happened, oh my goodness, I know that hurts. Ouch.
Yeah.
And yeah, that has got to hurt really bad.
Exactly.
Did you see stars like the cartoons? I would probably say.
So for you, that comes out of, you've had injuries, you've had operations, they hurt.
Yeah.
It comes out of your awareness that, wow, I've had that happen. Ouch, that's really painful.
Yeah, I would empathize with them.
Empathize, right.
A lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because have you ever gotten injured playing?
Yes, Professor. In my area, I used to play in the gully. You know about the gully play. In the small, it is called what can I say? It is a kind of narrow road. In the narrow road, we with the friends of our area, we used to play in our gully. And when some of my friends then play with me, then I used to play with them into this narrow road like a gully boy. And then I used to play like a cricketer, but I'm not a footballer, but because I'm a cricket lover, and I especially like the cricket match overall, and but therefore I support the football in like in FIFA in Germany. I like I support.
Okay. Wait a minute. You're not answering the question I asked.
No,
I
no, okay.
I asked you, have you ever gotten hurt?
Yes, I have hurt when I have played in cricket. I have hurt myself into my toe, and
Okay.
my nail has been
Ooh.
willed up,
Ooh.
and it
Ooh.
has been stuck, and there was bleeding all over. And then I have come to my parents and said to them, "Oh, it is bleeding. It's too much painful. What should I do now?" Then my parents, especially my father, advised me, "Okay, not to worry about this. Take some Savlon or take some Hexazole or some first aid. Then you will be do better." Then I have
Okay.
taken the Savlon and some antiseptic. It is called the antiseptic,
Right.
and antiseptic cream. Then I have give the antiseptic cream onto my toe, and after a couple of days, or after 1 month, or don't
Right.
1 month, not 1 month, but so far I remember that 2 to 3 months, 2 to 3 months I recovered myself, and my toe has become very well, and the pain has gone all over, and therefore
Okay. So what
recovered.
what did your friends say to you?
Then I was become a laughing stock
Oh, you
to
did.
them.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yes, I become a laughing stock, and they laughed on me. Oh, you fool! You ha ha! You are. Then they're becoming laughing on me. So
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
then I said to them, why you were laughing on me? Am I a laughing stock or not? So they told me, no, 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 my friend, we are laughing that your toe is now broken. Your nail is now broken. Your broken nail, oh, it is now bleeding. So they try to laugh on me. So I don't care on them. Then after 2 or 3 months, I don't used to play outside or in the cricket match. I even don't go outside to the playground to play with my mates or hang out with my mates.
Okay. That's too bad.
Yeah.
Because laughing at somebody, as apparently they did, and as
Yeah.
this other person expected, that
it is quite unexpected. It is quite unexpected.
Yeah. So when somebody hurts themselves, what do you wish they'd say? You know, what would you want to say to somebody who's hurt themselves? What would make you feel better?
I think that I feel that if someone hurt himself or herself, then I will obviously not be like them, because they laugh on me, but I will not laugh on them, because I am not like the other human being. Because if I think that if I like the other human being, no, they can laugh on me, but I will not obviously laugh on them. I will console them. I will like to obviously consoling them, or obviously try to understanding them. Obviously try to understand them. Then what was the problem, and what is the main problem, or what the problem now he or she is now facing. So
Okay. So what I'm
yeah.
trying to get at is, when you've been hurt, what do you want from friends more than anything? I mean,
if I hurt,
yeah, do you want them to try to fix you?
Yes, obviously it depends, because if I had good friends, or if I had some what it's the word is goes like bosom friends. It's quite close friends. You can say close friends. So if I mix up with my close friends and if I with them, then obviously, yes, then obviously, if I mix up with my good friend, then obviously they will help me. Why not? And they will suggest me, they will suggest me. Then obviously you can you can take help from us, and you can otherwise you can get assistance from us, and we can obviously with you.
People, it's, psychology studies have shown that what people really want when they're hurting is they want somebody else's understanding. They want to know that the other person cares that they're hurting. You can't do anything most of the time, obviously. If the person is hurt and they need medical help, you can call an ambulance. And that is a big help sometimes in certain circumstances. But the biggest help most of the time is for you to say, wow, that must hurt like crazy. That's got to be painful. And to acknowledge that you are concerned, that you care, that you notice, that you feel their pain. That's the biggest help you can give to somebody else. And it feels, when you think about it, it's like, that's all. But that is the biggest thing we can do for another person, is to, be compassionate and to let the other person know that you know that they're suffering, that they're in pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we all need. And I think one of the reasons people laugh at others, kids especially, in situations like that, is they don't know what to do.
They don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the best thing to say.
It depends. No, Professor, sometimes it occurs to the body shaming. Have you ever heard the word body shaming?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And let me take this opportunity to say that Radio Chico in Switzerland, and you've met Suleiman, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's part of the Radio Chico youth group. They're in September. They're doing a week of programming, of interviews and of testimonials from young people under 25, about what their experiences are with what they're calling mobbing, which is not the term we use here in the United States. We use bullying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What they've experienced with it, and what they can suggest about what is the best ways to avoid that.
Tilted his head down to intercept Lou's faraway gaze. I know that look, he said. It's how I look when I possess no real conviction that things can ever get better. It's the look of despair and surrender. Lou took that in and considered it. Yeah, I suppose that is how I'm feeling, he conceded. It's a seductively powerful feeling, Yusef continued. This feeling of despair, surrender, but it's a lie. Lou suddenly perked up. How so? Because it's assuming something that isn't true. What? Will you sneeze? Bless you. What? It's assuming that you're stuck, that you're doomed to continue suffering as you have been. This was, in fact, what Lou was feeling. He slumped again in his chair.
Wait a minute. Have you ever felt that way? things are horrible
Yeah.
and they're not ever going to get any better.
Mm-hmm.
How about
Sometimes.
you? Yeah.
Mhm.
I have felt that way. I mean,
Yeah.
when we're not happy,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to kind of think, oh,
And
you know,
sometimes we feel that way in the beginning of something big that can come,
yeah,
that we feel is bigger than us at the moment.
right. So
And yeah,
the truth is, the actual absolute truth is that feelings don't last.
right,
Feelings fly across the sky like clouds.
right.
And I mean, I wrote for 2 months, I wrote poems after I became a widow. And I was amazed because I thought I felt just awful. And during that time, there were moments when I was laughing, when things were actually funny. There were moments when I was really peacefully joyful. There were moments when I was in gratitude. There were moments when I felt like crap,
Mhm.
but it wasn't nonstop. During a day, I had 5 or 6 different kinds of feelings, one right after the other, every day.
And then
And
those feelings stretch out.
yeah,
And the
exactly.
laughter becomes more, the feeling becomes, and the despair shrinks.
Exactly. Yes. And the key is that we're able to notice the other feelings. When we notice, hey, I'm feeling, thank you, Rennie, quiet. That, oh, I'm feeling amused.
Mhm.
We can pay attention to the good things as well as the bad and put them into our consciousness, be aware of them. Then they do grow.
Mhm.
If we refuse to look at them and only pay attention to the doomed feeling, then it's a much slower process. But I was surprised. I was really surprised. So, and it taught me that, oh, okay, no feelings are there forever. They come and they go.
Mhm. That's even throughout the day without having a problem.
That's right. Absolutely. Yes.
I mean, nobody just happy, jumping, smiling all day long. All day you have,
Right.
and it's not mood swings. It's just normal, everyday feelings.
Yeah. And we have lots of them
Yeah.
during the course of a day, every
Mhm.
day. So knowing that that's true is helpful when we're feeling down.
Yeah.
To know that, okay, this may feel like it's going to last forever, but it's really not. And to know that and expect it, that, okay, I'll have a different feeling when I think of something else, when I notice something else.
And this too shall pass.
Everything
As they
passes.
say, everything passes. That's
Yep.
right.
It really does.
Mhm.
Okay, so
All right.
keep
The
going.
fact that he slumped in his chair. Just a minute ago, Lou, Youssef began, you said that you were the mess, not others, but you. And that's supposed to make me feel better, Lou asked formally. No, Youssef responded. It should give you hope. How so? Because if you are the mess, you can clean it. Improvement doesn't depend on others. But what if the mess isn't purely mine? Lou responded. Sullenly. Suddenly,
Yes.
what if the people around me are just as messed up as I am? Still your responsibility. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's still you.
Does that seem to be the case sometimes? The people around us are really messed up.
I answer that different now because
good.
I've grown to learn that that's just deflecting from myself.
Right.
Because it will be my response, because it's not my responsibility of the other person. My responsibility is me, my mess, and my response.
Yes, exactly.
I've matured kind of different in that answer.
Yeah. So most of the time when people have a problem and I ask them, okay, so what needs to change here?
Yeah.
They almost always tell me about what somebody else needs to do. Which is not actually, that's not what's causing the problem. It doesn't matter how messed up everybody is around us.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that's making us suffer is our own belief, our own thoughts. And if our hearts are at war and we are blaming other people, then we can't make things any better because we're looking at the wrong cause. And that happens often. So that's the first thing to realize. And you've done a good job of that.
Yeah. I also had to realize, even if it's a situation where someone did something to you, you played a role even in that, because in any situation, there are two people in that situation and you're one of them.
Right. And in fact, it's always, our pain is always because of how we interpreted what somebody else did. We took it on ourselves. We made it our problem. And what somebody else does is not our problem, period. End of sentence. Exclamation point. That's a basic truth.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you want me to finish?
Kazi, you want to take over?
Yes. Sorry, Professor. I am a little bit coughing. Okay. Yes, I think that you are right, because there are some people in our society that who would like to used to criticize to us, and they are even like a backbiter. You know the word backbiter. Backbiter means.
I'm not sure what the word is.
It is called the critic. You have heard the word critic. C-R-I-T. Critic.
The game, cricket?
No. Critic.
The critique.
The critic.
Yeah. Critic.
Oh, okay.
The critic, to criticize.
Criticize. Yeah, right.
Critic. Yeah.
So, okay. There are some people in our society who criticize, and some critics criticize to us, and you can say that it is quite misunderstanding, and it is quite disappointed for a guy to move around, because if we if we stay ourselves, and if we want to leave ourselves, but the people they don't want to give the support to anyone. So this is the main reason. So if we have our self-defense, if we have our self-support, if we have our self-independence, if we have our self-motivation, if we have our self-protection, then I think that we can obviously cure or obviously prevent this kind of criticize, and we can obviously take care ourselves in our own future in order to building a nice career.
Right. Actually, notice that in this passage a couple of times, Yusuf says that Lou is acting based on something that's not true. He's pointing out that often what we think based on what we're criticizing someone else for isn't really true at all. That's not the problem. And I'm thinking about, there's a teacher named Byron Katie who has, yes, I know we need to end, who has a teaching called The Work. And she says, when we have a problem, ask yourself, is that true? And then the next question is it really true? Because most of the time, the first answer is, of course it's true. So then she says, no, you got to look at it really deep. Is that really true?
No, because Professor, there is some confusion in. Of course, it is true, or is it really true? There is a kind of a hidden confusion in this subject.
Yes, exactly.
A hidden confusion.
That's a very good question to ask ourselves twice.
Yeah. And we should ask ourselves, we should inquire ourselves that who am I, and what is the purpose of letting me, or what is the purpose of letting me or creating me in the earth. So who am I, and what should I do in this present world?
What can I do in this moment, in this situation?
Right. What can I do? Yeah,
yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we've run out of time, believe it or not. This was a really good discussion. I hope that you both got something out of it. And so, Kazi, the page to continue from when you go into the book is 164. And we'll discuss more about that chapter in the next one on Friday.
All righty.
Okie doke.
Okay, Professor, on Friday,